boom, 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 after. Hi-Rez is doing something for the community, and that means the community is mad. As per usual. No, okay. Usually I'm here to dunk on the gamers for being intentionally obtuse, but this time around I think gamers are mad because of a legitimate misunderstanding. I think that they just don't understand how the community tournament is framed. And so I want to break it down a little bit. There's no Smite esports in 2024. I'd put my bottom dollar on it being in 2025. Smite 1 is sunsetting. Smite 2 is on the horizon. I'm not really concerned. Different conversation, different video. Like, comment, and subscribe to check it out. But in place of a pro league, we have a content creator cup for the first half of 2024. It's a weekly, couple of monthly. It's a tournament over a couple of weeks, a couple of months, where teams spearheaded by content creators will play weekly, earn points, make it to playoffs, earn points, and then make it to LAN, an actual tournament at Hi-Rez Studios in Alpharetta, Georgia, just like the pros do. Very, very cool. Thumbs up. We like that. I think it's pretty dope. The teams consist of content creators and their community. The creator doesn't have to play on the team, but all five members have to be a part of the creators community by way of subscription. You got to subscribe on Twitch. You got to subscribe on Kick. I'm not that offended. This is a classic Smite community thing, going back to Allied and Incon and Weekend doing sub wars. This is an old school concept. So the idea, some people are mad that you've got to subscribe in order to take part, and boy, am I not. It's just some old school thing. Yes, as a creator, I just want you to listen to the music, so to speak. And that's true. And then, getting down to the nitty gritty of it, I want to make money. I want to pay my rent. You're still contributing to my financial well-being simply by showing up and putting some stuff in chat. You're still contributing to my financial situation by watching this video on YouTube all the way through, by clicking like, by leaving a comment. You're feeding the algorithm monster, which actually matters. All of this is true. Your streamer isn't lying to you. However, if you subscribe, I legitimately just get money, and that's also good. I can't think of a world where it is. Actually, I was educated by Sam the Dude recently, so shouts to him for this, where subscribers on Twitch don't watch ads, and if your viewership is high enough, you actually lose money per subscription, depending on your deal. I'm sure, he's a much larger creator than I am, so I trust that. Thumbs up, dude. But for the sakes of our conversation, nobody's going to sit here and say subscribing hurts me, right? So fostering a community that subscribes to their streamer is a good thing. Developers don't pay content creators usually, as a rule, or not as a rule, but on the regular. When a new game comes out, it's not unheard of or even unscrupulous. I think it's just a business move you make a shooter, you call Dr. Disrespect, and you pay him a bunch of money to play the game. You make a BR, you call Ninja, and you pay him a bunch of money to play the game. These are extremely dated references. You make a tack shooter, you call Tarek, you pay him a bunch of money to play the game. Right? That's how that goes. That's not offensive. That's capitalism, baby. But that's not the regular. If you are a regular Rocket League streamer, Psyonix is not giving you a monthly paycheck. If you're a regular Smite streamer, Hi-Rez Studios isn't just mailing you money. That's not how that works. You're streaming their game, you're making videos off of their game, you're making content off of their game, and you're giving them free advertisement in exchange for nothing from them, which isn't a problem. The developer doesn't owe you anything off rip. Creators are making money on their own. They are doing something transformative with the game, and so people support them specifically. You watch my stream and you're tuning in for a conversation about game design just as much as you're tuning in to watch that Naja ult miss. And so there isn't really, I don't think there's an onus on the studio to pay. But it looks good when they toss a juicy piece of meat. A lot of studios will drop like a care package, the Tarkov streamers got like a helmet It was really cool. Miss Chim Chim is a League of Legends streamer, and she always gets like this merch. She got flown out to the studio to watch the live games, right? These are ways that studios support their creators. They're one-offs, and they're for individuals, which is still very cool, and that it should continue to happen. I would love to see Hi-Rez, fly the brutal Maglini time guys out and have them enjoy the studio. That would be dope. I'm not saying that shouldn't happen, but that's a carrot on a stick. I'm not going to say that doesn't incentivize creators, because you see your favorite streamer go to the major off of their stream, and maybe you decide to stream yourself because you want that. Yeah, it's a carrot at the end of the stick, but Hi-Rez has led the charge in attempts at sustainability, in my opinion, in esports, going back to the way that they ran their league, honestly, providing stipends to a team. Guess who's doing that now? Riot Games. Different conversation, different video. Like, comment, and subscribe to have that chat. But so Hi-Rez has always had sustainability front and foremost. When we look at the community, Smite's pretty lucky in that if you are a Smite exclusive streamer, content creator, YouTuber, etc., your community invests more into you than other communities invest into others. You can make a living off of a lower viewership amount than in other games because people in Smite love to support their streamers. And this Content Creator Cup is, I'm going to say, part of that overall culture. Hi-Rez is catalyzing something to an extent, but I also think this is Hi-Rez just participating in the culture that already exists, that arguably they started. I came into this video saying this Content Creator Cup is catalyzing a world of subscription and support, but it's really continuing a tradition of subscription and support. Smite wouldn't have succeeded without its community and its community-based developer efforts. And Hi-Rez knows that. Trust me, I worked there for 5 years, and they know how important the community is. That's why they love the community and do all sorts of community things. And this is a continuation of that. This, however, is sort of like a shout to the streamers. Again, I came here saying that this was a catalyzation, but this is just a continuation. So streamers continue the conversation. I think there is a large world where without content creators, Smite esports isn't as successful. And in this year without Pro League, how do we make sure that people stay engaged? Well, we make sure they watch the streamers and the YouTubers. They stay involved in the conversation. Traditional sports is a multi-billion-dollar enterprise, and so we can argue that none of it's needed. But ESPN still streams 7 hours of talk content every single day. If you tune into ESPN from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., I can't do math, but to go with me, like, you are going to watch 7 shows doing the same 7 topics in different formats. This continues the conversation so people stay engaged. American football is only once a week. And so this is how we see that continued conversation. Smite esports is obviously a much smaller footprint than traditional sports. That continued conversation that much more important. As a content creator, I do it for the love of the game, but if I can't pay my bills, I can't make content. Therefore, Hi-Rez stops receiving their free advertising, and that hurts them. If all the streamers stop because none of the streamers can make money, that hurts Hi-Rez. That's absolutely not the case. We see that with, we've got great streamers with large followings that make a lot of money, thumbs up, and that's cool. But this ensures that the bottom comes up as well. If there's only 3 streamers and nobody else can make any money, that's not good, Bob. And so the Content Creator Cup is encouraging people that might not have subscribed without the Content Creator Cup to subscribe. It's encouraging lurkers, which are awesome. Love my lurkers. I often have 50 plus viewers with 3 people chatting, and I'm fine with that. Like, that is totally good. But for people that are on the fence, that are like, I see this community, I see what's going on here, maybe I want to get more involved, maybe I don't. This might be that catalyst that pushes, yeah, you know what, here's my $5, I want to play in the tournament. And that is cool. That is where this is coming from. And that is the biggest idea that I think this tournament pushes forward, is that it normalizes, to use a buzzword, the idea of subscribing to your streamer, which is already normalized. It's just more push in that direction. And that is a good thing. Hi-Rez could, of course, just pick 5 streamers, give them merch, give them money, give them a flight. But by opening this up to everybody that's from, if you, like, I stream all day, every day. And there are some people that streamed 4 times over the past year, and they are still eligible. This is for every streamer, every person, every pony that wants to be a creator can jump in and play in this tournament as long as people subscribe to them. Hi-Rez encourages that subscription, and that's the purpose of this tournament. People are getting a little upset. There's also like a little footnote here about it being a charity tournament. So the winner of the tournament, like I said, the teams get flown out to Hi-Rez, they have their LAN moment, and then the winner of the tournament gets a cash prize donated to a charity of their choosing. And a lot of people are saying they shouldn't have to pay money to enter a charity tournament. We can debate that fact on the surface, but moving past it, I don't think of this as a charity tournament that features content creators. I think of this as a content creator tournament where the prize pool goes to charity. It is a sub-headline. And I'm not being like, boo charity. I'm being like, that's not the point. I think giving somebody, like if Weekend were to win a $5,000 prize pool or whatever the prize pool is, maybe that looks bad because he's rich and people want to see regular people win money. Also, the perception that all streamers and content creators are rich is incorrect, so I don't mean to perpetuate that. But again, perception is reality. A lot of kids think that, like, because you're on Twitch, you're rich, and so there's that. I think that this is totally a nothing statement. This Content Creator Cup is about Hi-Rez trying to foster a community-based interaction with their streamers to pay up. They're trying to make it regular for people to pay into their streamer. They're trying to just get streamers paid. And that's cool, actually. And to do so in a way that is steeped in Smite tradition by way of Sub Wars is very, very, very cool. So again, some unfortunate conversation about people being disqualified, absolutely. But people are angry at this idea of a subscription-based creator tournament. And I think they're just a little confused about the framing. I think they just don't realize that sustainability in esports is a large conversation that without enough subscriptions, these streamers might just disappear. And Hi-Rez throwing gasoline onto the fire, that's usually used as a negative. But Hi-Rez supporting, fanning the flames. Jesus, everything's on fire, I suppose. That's all my mind goes to. Hi-Rez trying to help out its streamers in this regard is a good thing, especially in a year where there is no traditional competition. This is a W, and I think anybody that disagrees is just a little bit doesn't really understand the bigger picture with respect to sustainability. So, get mad at me in the comments if you want, but I really think that this is a W from Hi-Rez, and I would love to see more studios do stuff like this. This is indirectly, directly supporting your creator community. And that's a good thing. Boom, 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 boom,